Hi and welcome. This is the fourth race for the Tour for All, and it's the Road to Sky. That's 1,045 meters of climbing. Now for the start we ride with Christiaan, and let's watch the start. It will probably be hot as always. I saw 500. Heart rate is really quite high, 168. $500, almost 600. Heart rate 179 already. 633. So this is a very tough start. And I don't know if they don't know, but it is the Alps. And I see here the Goomster is falling back because he probably started very hot. It's not maintainable. Christiaan is sort of here in the front. I saw Clinton here as well. Now we are with Clinton now. As you can see, he's in the sharp end of the field. He's position 16, 20 and 18 and 13. So he's like mixing it up with the big boys. This is gravel. On the gravel roads your resistance on your normal road wheels is more, so you've got more drag. And therefore you are slower, you have to put out more watts. These guys are pushing it. His heart rate is still 161. Taking his age in consideration, that should be quite high. His cadence is very good. So off the Namibians he's definitely in front. Now this is quite a long video because there's so many Namibians in this race, and I'm going to try to jump to everybody. Now just after this jungle section in the gravel roads we're going to hit the tar roads, and then we are hitting the Alps. This is Allan. He is 97th at the moment. I saw Goomster just in front of him. He's catching up with Goomster now at this moment. Allan's heart rate is quite high. His cadence is very good. They just passed Goomster. I'm still a little bit in front of this group. And I think me and Pierre are still together there. Yeah, there's my name coming up in the top of the screen. So I'm like 12 seconds ahead of this group. Now Goomster is sticking here with Allan, and they are busy catching us. Now we are with Renando. And they are cruising along in the jungle as well. They positioned 74. So he actually had a very good start. He's also in a nice little group here. If he can stick to this group, he will have a good time. His heart rate 173. Cadence was quite good. This is Pierre. This is the I see I'm also there. 3 spots behind him. This is the official start. We just went across the line, and as you can see, the minimap just went big, and now there is a lot of numbers on it. The numbers is for each switchback. There are 21 switchbacks. So we're gonna climb from this nice jungle with trees and green and everything. We're gonna go up into the snow and above the snow line. As you can see, this is a 10% incline. Watching Pierre, is already at 170 heart rate, 92 cadence, and he's keeping it around about 290, 300 watts is extremely high. That gives him around about a 4 watt per kilogram. That is tough. That is seriously tough. This is a very good pace. If he can keep that up, he's gonna have a good run. So Pierre is around about in position 85. I lost a couple of places there from some guys that came past. Now you basically have to find a good rhythm. Now I see Allan just came past. Oh no, not yet. He's slightly behind. He's still in position 96. So he's gonna come past now. Allan's heart rate is 172, he's having a nice cadence of 105 and is keeping it around about 300 watts. And that is roughly 4 watts per kilo. He's lifted the pace slightly. He's in 11%, 12%. We are back with Christiaan. He's in 71st position, so he's still a little bit in front of us, in front of Allan as well. So if I've got the order correctly now, it will be in first on the road will be Clinton, and for now it is Christiaan, and then it should be Allan, and then Sarel, and then Pierre. I did not see that when or where we passed Renando, and if he is still in front or not. In any case, this is like a protection they put on the cliffs. Now in Zwift, yeah, we've got this glass on the side, but I think in real life it's just open. As you can see, this is quite an angle that you have to go up. At the moment 10%. So this is Allan, 89th. And he is doing a very, very nice pace. Now this is what he can do. Look at that switchbacks. Not even a mountain goat can go up here. And I see Allan just passed Christiaan. And this was just to make sure, this is corner 17. Now Christiaan is sticking with Allan. That is good. It's always good to have somebody with you on roughly the same pace. Christiaan was in front now. Allan just came past. Look at that Now we go through all of the inclines. They're now in this, all the switchbacks, they're in this town. This is quite a famous town that I forgot the name, but people go there right up there whenever they go there for coffee. It's like a, but it is quite a climb. Most people do this in, it takes them half a day to reach this point. Allan is now starting to have, I see he's got like 1 second, 2 seconds on Christiaan. He's still keeping his cadence up high. So we've got Allan in position 85. He's taking a little bit of a breather here, and then as I say that, he picked it right up again. We're starting to get snow. We already done 282 meters of climbing, and this is Christiaan. He's in position 91. He's maintaining roughly about 3.5 watts per kilo. This is Clinton. He is out of the saddle doing 60 cadence, and he is keeping it close to 4 watts per kilo, 3.5. I actually lost him a while back. His internet actually disconnected, and as you can see, he's now in position 59. But this is hard work. He is doing 4.2 watts per kilo, averaging about 4. Very nice. Heart rate still 163, 162. Low cadence. Now we're already like 30 minutes into the race. Already gained the elevation of around about 500 meters. And there he is now seated again. Picked up the cadence to 102. Heart rate 165, which is the highest we've seen so far. Now Christiaan is dropping back. He's now in 110th position, and he is maintaining roughly about 3.4 watts per kilo. And this is Allan hitting corner 10, I think. And he's still keeping it strong, roughly 4 watts per kilo. Heart rate still 173 steady. So he's in position 82. And here we've got Jandre. He is gonna hit turn 16 now. This is a very steep part, 12%. And like Jandre said, gravity sucks. Now we're with Jandre here, but he was showing us some photos of his braai and his nice beverages. Now if I look at this avatar of him, did you see he just took a sip of his water? And there he takes another sip. And you'll see now the problem that I've got here. At least he's passing that guy. That's nice. And then he drinks some more. And again. Now you see this guy seriously got a hangover. I mean, he's dehydrated. What do you expect? Guys, you have to like sort of carbo load for the race, not having a party. See, there's drinking again. Poor guy. How is he going to get to the top? And here we are with Renando. And he's doing a very decent 3.5 watts per kilogram average, 81 cadence. Heart rate is quite high, 179, 180. This is hard work, man. Would like to see what he looks like when he gets to the top. He is now approaching turn 11. And he is in position 110. We've got Goomster here, suffering his way up here. He is standing, low cadence, just switched up. He's now on 73 cadence, 76 cadence. Heart rate 170, that is very high, very high. This is Pierre. And he is in position 134, so he is still behind. And this is Sarel, still under 26, so he's slightly in front of Pierre. 160 heart rate, it's quite high. 81 cadence, not that high. And he's keeping it at roughly 3.6 watts per kilo. %, some serious inclines. And this is Christiaan, he's position 112, and he is now, they just went through the, it's a tent village, but because it's orange they call it like the Netherlands, I think Netherlands village or something like that. It's quite famous. It's always for the races, people are lined up here. They camp up here as well. So Christiaan is working hard. His heart rate is extremely high, 185, 186. His watch dropped off a little bit. He's definitely suffering. They just got out of seed. Where with Allan, still high cadence, heart rate is slightly higher, and he is maintaining his 4 watts per kilo. This is Clinton, position 70, heart rate 166, the highest I've seen. And he is maintaining 4.5 watts per kilo, 4.7, okay, 5. It was just because he was getting out of the saddle. Allan is behind him, position 83, 82. Still 101 cadence, 176 heart rate. That is extremely high. It does look cold, doesn't it? So Allan is maintaining position 182. Just 82. He's definitely in the groove, working hard. This is Clinton emerging from the tunnel. Position 81, 82 is Allan. It's nice if you have some people there that you can actually ride with, because at 14 kilometers per hour there is also a little bit of slipstream, so it does help. He's also emerging out of the tunnel now. And this is Christiaan. He is now approaching the tunnel. It is there towards the top here. Now Christiaan is also out of the saddle, doing 66 cadence, 62 cadence, maintaining roughly 3.1, 3.2 watts per kilo. This is Clinton. He is taking a little breather here. Definitely came down a bit on the power. Heart rate 167, so that is the reason why. His position now 79, so Allan is not far behind. He's approaching the last corner now. Switchback number 1. Now this last little piece of the segment here is quite tough. You're going past the observatory. On your left is a huge telescope. Inclines is started off at 10%, now it is 9%, and then it flattens off a little bit. His heart rate is still 170, his cadence is 90, 100, very good. There's that massive telescope. Now it's basically the last dash for the line. It's gonna ramp up a bit. It's now 9%. Feels like your bicycle's got a flat wheel. There's the aliens on top holding the wheel, and it's nice knowing that if you get here, you know you're almost done. Now the guys that did Everesting, it is Dricus and Christiaan. They went up here 8+ times, because even Dricus didn't stop at 8.8, 8,800 meters of climbing. He even went to 10,000. It's quite ridiculous, but well done. Now Clinton is almost to the top. Now this is a 10% incline. It's something like 200, maybe 250 meters to the end. Must be quite near. Just kick it over here. 10% incline, 11% incline, and then it flattens off slightly. And there's the finish. Now that arch is custom for Tour for All, sporting the blue and the orange. And there, finished. Very nice, well done. His time was roughly 56 minutes. Now Allan was right behind him, so I'm going to switch back to him now, and we're just in time to see him cruise over the line at about 57. And then third in line is Christiaan. Just went past the observatory. Now he's out of the saddle, heart rate 189, almost 190, doing 60 cadence. So his heart rate went to 190. That guy behind him is keeping him honest. That's the last little bit. We're in the 8% part. This is like a nice little stretch, then it's going to ramp up a little bit. Christiaan, you can't let the guy go. Put your foot in his spokes or something. Just repass him. Yeah, that's it. Good. Now you just keep him behind you. Doing decent 4.3 watts per kilo. Heart rate 190, solid now. Cadence 98, 100. Spin those legs. Doing a good job. Kick it over here. Go, 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 go. He's still got his water bottle on his bicycle. I would have thrown it away. Weight saving. Through that cap. Someone throw my one techie. Go, go, go. And this is Christiaan, roughly in 1 hour. Well done. Next in line, we've got Sarel. He said he pitched up for this race, but his legs didn't get the memo. At least he's got somebody with him that inspires him to go harder, faster. He's still keeping it at 3.5. There's an increase in watts per kilo. He went out of the saddle. That's a sign of somebody suffering as well. past that guy on the right hand side. Cheers, alligator, see you later. Heart rate 169, 170, pushing 4.5 watts per kilo. Yeah, those guys won't catch. Go, go, go. Let's see if there's still a sprint left. Heart rate 172. $173, I saw there briefly. Last little bit, kick it. Saw a 380, 175 heart rate. Alright, it's all over, it's done. Alright, the next person in line will then be Pierre. And here is Pierre, just past the observatory, doing the last little bit. Heart rate 165. I think he's loafing, eh? That doesn't look that high. Cadence at a comfortable 82, 83. Heart rate is now starting to ramp up a bit. Now let's see if he's still got a kick. It's like there's two guys in front of you. Catch him. If you can't catch him, throw him off a water bottle. Do something. To 59. Let's see if you can pick it up. It's 9% incline. It feels like your bicycle's got a flat wheel, doesn't want to go. Let's push it. Heart rate 168. I saw 169. Go on, we want 170. There, I just saw 170. Power to weight ratio still around about 3.5, 3.4, 3.5. Okay, let's kick it up here. Here we go. Pick it up. Oh, that was nice. Heart rate 173, 174. Definitely working here. So 4 watts per kilo. Low cadence, so he's out of the saddle. Working it. Come, push, push, push. He is toast. Yeah, now well done. He is finishing in roughly 1 hour 6 minutes. Very nice. Now we are with Goomster. He is pushing this last bit, also out of the saddle, very low cadence, 50-60 cadence. Heart rate 159 at the moment, so there's still room. Push it. He's got nice power to weight ratio. He should actually love the climbs. almost at the top. At the moment it's 8% incline. That's that last little kick now. 9%, 10%, just over here, 11%. Come on, push it, push it, push it. And 9%, 8%, basically over the top now, 7%, 6%. Now it's a sprint for the line. It does feel nice to go over the top. And Renando is also now approaching the finish line. Pushing quite a nice wattage. Cadence is lowish. It's almost too high to stand and too low to sit. But you have to have power in your legs to drive it at 74. 74 cadence seated. Now that's a 50, 54, 55, so that's definitely standing. It's just got to push this last little bit. Come on, you can do it. 181 heart rate. Working hard. It is a guy approaching from behind. I think you must get it up. He's suffering, but he's sort of relaxing a bit at 9 kilometers per hour. Now he's going to hit that steep incline, 10%. 10%. He's going to stay in front. Come, come. It's definitely upping the wattage here. Still quite a slow cadence. Come, this is the last step up here. It's going to ramp up to 11%, I think. Come, 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 let's go, let's go. 8% at the moment. 9%, 10%, 11%. Now that's it. He's doing almost 400 at that 11% part. It was quite nice. He was doing a nice 4 watts per kilo. Over the top. And let's see the time for the finish line. It is roughly now 1:12. Now we've got Jandre. Jandre is pushing a watts here, man. I mean, I don't think he's got any water left. He finished it all. Probably stopped there at Netherlands 10th township and probably got some extra water there. I think his back pockets is also full of water. Because, man, this guy was thirsty. Yeah, you see his character is not drinking anymore because he's got no water. He's pushing some nice watts here. So 360 there, 370. He's on this 9% incline. Now it will flatten off a little bit. Yeah, 404. Power not found. His heart rate is now 150, 151, 152, so it is rapidly climbing. His cadence 83. Definitely working. 158 heart rate. Yeah, he had to bring the power back down a little bit. Else where's the heart rate gonna go? No, he still have some water left. Unbelievable. Must be huge bottles there. 1 liters. We saw some nice watts there. Heart rate is coming down a bit. But definitely now it will go up. And he was pushing almost 3 watts per kilo. Okay, last little kick. Okay, second last one. 9, 10, 11% incline. Because of his power to weight ratio, 8 kilometers per hour, 7 kilometers per hour. Let's pick it up. 8, 9, 10. Look at that. 400, 425 again. Heart rate now 154. Well done. Yo, there was a 529. Well done. This is how you sprint for the finish line. Well done. Okay, well done to everybody. We'll see you in the last stage for Tour 4.